I fell back in love with Old School RuneScape about halfway through my PhD program. I was at the point where I had finished my coursework, and now I had to pass this massive exam. It was time to lock in. I had to master 3 areas of history. That meant a lot of reading. 100 books for my first field, and nearly as many books and articles for the remaining 2. I needed something to keep me motivated while I studied, and that's when I got back into RuneScape. It may seem counterintuitive, but grinding on RuneScape helped motivate me while I had to grind in real life. My little character could chop yew trees behind the Varrock Castle, while I read about marriage strategies in 17th century Rome. She could AFK lobsters in Catherby, while I learned about the social tensions that led to accusations of witchcraft. And when I desperately needed a break from my book on Counter-Reformation cardinals, she could do quests that I'd never gotten to do as a kid. She could take on new bosses, try her hand at a raid. After I passed my exams, RuneScape still kept me company as I began researching and writing my dissertation. Now, my goal is to max my very first main account before I finish my dissertation and get my PhD. Let's see if I'm up for the challenge.
Completing the achievement diaries is going to take us pretty much all over the game. I started doing it in a really haphazard fashion, just kind of starting in Falador and going on to whatever diary sort of took my fancy next. It wasn't really an order, there wasn't really a rhyme or reason. I started knocking out tasks, starting with getting a full proselyte set from Certification so that I could go and recharge my prayer in the Port Sarim Church while wearing the full set. Then I made my way up to the Chaos Altar and telegrabbed some Wine of Zamorak. Needless to say, the druids didn't take very kindly to that, and neither did their god, so I did what any brave adventurer would do, and ran. Not far away was a much friendlier group of druids, and they let me pray at their altar to complete yet another diary task. Next up, I teleported to this cabbage patch with a bronze spear and watermelon. My plan was to use some resources around the farm to make a scarecrow and then place it in the flower patch. After that, I made use of this loom to try and craft a fruit basket.
I remember as a kid I used to love killing these guys, because you'd get like runes and talisman from them, and I thought that was so cool. And they were pretty high level for me, because I never wanted to trade combat.
Yeah, if you can't tell, I got a new microphone. I don't want to talk about it.
I wonder how many people just barge into your house, light a lantern, and leave. Probably a lot, huh?
Lighting a bullseye lantern at the chemist house in Roomington is a medium diary task, so... As is climbing up and jumping off of this very climbable wall. Convenient. And with that leap of faith, I had finished the medium diary. I decided not to claim my reward just yet, and instead went off to go make some mind runes. This was a requirement for the hard diary, which I was working on next.
I don't know what I do wrong.
Yeah, I got a little confused when the notification didn't pop up. Let's see if Past Me can figure out what she did wrong.
Did I not do enough at the same time?
Good job, me.
I think I didn't do enough at the same time.
So I decided to come back a little bit later and try again. For now, I was working on equipping a helm in the Dwarven Mines. A really difficult task. That White Knight's armor that I bought earlier finally came in handy. I had to drain my prayer a little bit, then I could recharge it by praying at the Port Sarim Church, knocking out yet another task.
Y'all remember that episode of Gilmore Games where Bodhi turned into the Theater of Blood entrance?
Who's the top entrance, man?
Woo! I'm TOB, man.
You no way.
Good memory past me. That was a really fun episode. But not so great job remembering that you need to be at the Heroes Guild for the next task, not the Warriors Guild.
Is it? Oh, no, this is the Warriors Guild. No. Where's the Heroes Guild? Am I stupid?
Maybe. But why don't you go ahead and crack the wall safe in the Rogue's Den while you're in the area, and then we'll make our way down to the Heroes Guild. Finally, at the Heroes Guild, I made my way down to the dungeon to befriend, to kill, definitely to kill, not befriend, the blue dragon that's there. But he's like friend-shaped, come on you guys.
Hello, buddy. Hi, buddy.
Hey, don't worry guys. He's not really dead. That's just like a trick that I taught him. You know, he like knows how to play dead. Don't worry, he respawns! Next, I run and put on a Mind Tiara and grab some essence so that I can go back and finish the Mind Rune task from earlier.
Okay, so the last two I don't have the stats for. I need 70 prayer. I only have 65 because I don't like training prayer and it's kind of expensive. So I don't have that, and I don't have 72 Slayer. I'm one off. So, I'm gonna go get the medium shield from whoever I gotta get it from. And then we'll do a hard diary somewhere else.
So, off to Cerebral I went to claim my shield.
Ooh. Yeah, I like this a lot better than the other one. I think this shield shape is a lot better than the just kind of circle one.
From there, I decided to go to Ardoin. I don't really know why. It just felt right. I already had the easy and mediums done for the Ardy diary, so I headed off for my first hard task, which was literally stealing from the king.
Oh, I'm really gonna do this like directly in front of the king?
Yeah, that doesn't sound like the best idea. It's also not what I'm supposed to be doing, as I soon figure out.
Oh, wrong chest.
The right chest, in typical video game fashion, is actually behind a long line of guards that, as Jimmy said in his recent video, kind of looks like you're supposed to take out on the way to treasure.
This castle's layout is pretty insulting to the garrison who's posted up here. If I was stationed here as a soldier, I might be inclined to think that I've been posted up in this hallway to be cleared by an adventurer on their way to that chest at the end.
It's not even a good chest. And it fucking teleports you out of the castle. That's better defense than the guards are doing. By the way, if you haven't seen Jimmy's video yet, what are you doing? Anyway, this is where I find out that I can't charge Amulets of Glory at the Legends Guild. I need a skills necklace for that. Shit. Well, no time like the present to go and plant some poison ivy, am I right? Or a palm tree. I have to do both of those things. And then I have to go and smith a mithril plate body, and which I do. Next up, it was time for me to return to the Legends Guild, this time with the right necklaces. The hard diary has you crafting some death runes from essence, and for the life of me, I could not figure out how to get back to the death altar from the quest area that you do in Morning's End Part 2, so ultimately I just said fuck it and went to the abyss. And that was kind of all I could do in Ardy for now. I still had to wait for some of my crops to grow, and there are 1 or 2 tasks I just couldn't complete, particularly the Dragon Square Shield, so instead I went to Relica to mine some coal.
I know this takes me to Waterbirth, but I don't want to go there just yet. I want to go to Pirates Cove so I can go to Lunar Isle.
What past me is trying to say with like way worse mic quality is that I'm going to go to Lunar Island so I can change my spellbook to the Lunar set. That way I can teleport to Waterbirth Island. It's also going to be useful for a task in the desert like way later on. From there, I have to go in the dungeon with all the Dagonoths in it, get a little bit of help from my friend, my pet rock. Nice work, buddy. And take advantage of a rune-throwing axe to actually access the dungeon by myself.
Oh, that was cool. Okay. Cool.
It wouldn't stay cool for very long. I don't know if you guys know this, but like, everything in this dungeon wants to kill you. It's almost like it's a dungeon or something.
Leave me alone. Oh god, oh god, oh god. Glad I brought food. Would you quit switching it up on me? Oh my god, don't kill me, don't kill me, don't kill me. Don't do it. Don't do it.
Yeah, I was having a bad time. So I decided to find a place where I could restore my run energy without all the mobs attacking me all at once, and just kind of chill out, regroup, and then carry on with the dungeon. Which, by the way, I had no idea I was like 2 seconds away from being done with.
Okay, I got cereal, my run energy's back. Let's do this. Yeah, I didn't like that. That was not fun.
Next, in a task I thought was going to be a little bit simpler, I had to go get some spice so that I could boost my thieving level, because I was going to try and get a gem from Keldagrim, and I was like a few levels short. This turned out to be the biggest pain in my ass. More on that later. But right now, because I have over 60 smelting, I can use the blast furnace for free, and that's a diary task. So then I go back to the stall, try to thieve it with some more stew, and I'm pretty sure I had the right level with the boost, but it lasts for like 2 milliseconds. And I aggroed this dwarf, I accidentally attacked him, so I couldn't thieve the stall. Back to the drawing board. The Utizo mine couldn't hurt me, the Utizo mine would never hurt me. Oh, what's that? I don't have a pickaxe? Shit. Don't worry guys, I brought a pickaxe this time. Hey, I'm not sharing it, Jesus.
Honestly, I'm like 80% sure I already had to make this shield on this island for the quest. But, c'est la vie.
At this point, I'm determined to go and thieve that gem, so I take one of my darling cats to Evil Dave's, like, underground, like, rat thing for some spices. This is, like, the weirdest feature in RuneScape, I gotta say. I gather enough spices to turn my normal cat into a hellcat, but Evil Dave's mom just feeds it some milk and then it goes back to normal, I guess? Honey, I'm home with the stew. I take the stew all the way back to Keldagrim, and I eat all of it. None of it's for my partner. I don't know why I told them I got the stew. But at least I got the gem! God, finally. And I'm done with this diary now, too. My buddy Thorodin hooks me up with the upgraded Fremennik sea boots, and then it's off to the next task, which I decided should be the Lumbridge and Draenor diaries. Mistag didn't notice that his lost brooch was right by his feet this whole time, but don't worry, I gave it back to him, and he rewarded me with a Dorgashed mining helmet. He did lose the brooch immediately, and at this point I kinda didn't feel bad for him, so I ran past it back into the Lumbridge Castle basement to go ahead and light my new mining helmet. And that was the very last task in the hard Lumbridge and Draenor diary. I went to the weird hat guy outside the castle to upgrade my ring, and then it was on to the next. I planted a palm tree in Brimhaven, and then a kalkwat in Taibowanai, and then I used my trusty grappling hook to get me from one side of Karamja to the other, using this agility shortcut. Next on the agenda were making some Umli wraps and killing some bats in the Legends Quest dungeon, so I got my axe and machete and set about getting myself through the Karamja jungle. Like a proper imperialist, I mean adventurer, totally adventurer, I immediately set about exploiting the local flora and fauna for my own personal gain. I swear I killed some deathwings. You can't see it, but I did, I promise. I made a pit stop in Ardoin so I could cook my Umli wraps before I headed over to Narda. Here, I promptly committed arson on top of the mayor's house, before heading off to the desert so I could refill my water skins with magic. Lastly, I used a Karis to kill this Locust Rider, and that was the last hard task I was able to accomplish in the desert, so it was time to move on. At long last, the poison ivy had finally grown, so I was able to check its health and harvest it back in Ardoin. Same thing for my palm tree by the gnome village, and the one in Brimhaven. Look how sick this kalkwat tree looks. That's so cool. After harvesting my trees, I moved on to Korend and Kabos. There's not a ton to do in Port Piscarilius, but the two main attractions are 1. Fixing these cranes, and 2. Crime. This guy, Captain Khaled, had me go retrieve an artifact, and it took me a couple tries to get it right because this mini-game or task or whatever it is just so goddamn tedious. After that, I quickly knocked out this shortcut in Arceus before making my way over to Captain Ginia and Shazian to help out with some of that crime that I may or may not have been causing. Anyway, according to the bulletin board, which just magically has the exact times that the gangs are going to meet up, I was going to have to go to Hosidius at 11:20 in order to get some intel. I had some time to kill, so I used it wisely. First beating up some undead guys in the script, and then, way more importantly, petting a cat. Not like for a diary task, but just, I mean, come on, look at him. Couple more quick ones. I headed to the Forsaken Tower to smith some adamant, and then I used Monster Examine on a troll south of Mount Quidamortum. And I had enough time to kill this Lizardman Shaman before heading over to Hosidius to meet up with the gang. And by meet up, I mean murder. But hey, as long as the Shazian military dictatorship is happy with me, can I really complain? I mean, look at all the perks I get for the medium Radha's Blessing. At this point, based on the tasks that I've shown on camera and ones that I'd done way ahead of time, I had the medium and almost all of the hard tasks done for this area. The last thing I needed to do was get Azeric's Talisman. And oh boy, I thought this was going to be really easy and it really wasn't.
Y'all, I am going so insanely dry on Azeric's Talisman right now. If you look over at my loot tracker, on this computer I've killed almost 200 lizardmen and almost 100 lizardman brutes. The normal drop rate is 1 out of 125 for this if you've done the current easy diary, which I have. And I don't know if it's affected by whether or not you're wearing Radha's Blessing, but I am. And that's not like all of them that I've killed. For some reason, Loot Tracker doesn't sync between my desktop computer, which I'm on right now and which I record on, versus my laptop. And on my laptop, I killed another 200 combined of these guys. Yeah, I think I'm like around 300 over the drop limit, so hopefully I'll get it soon, I guess. Do y'all have any idea how long you have to be here to have these guys not be aggressive towards you? It's a long time. And do you have any idea how long I've had to be here to get an entire strength level? Because it's also a long time. This guy in the Lizard Shaman dungeon tells you how many lizardmen that you've killed. I've killed 580. That is double the normal rate of Azeric's Talisman drop if I hadn't done the diary. I'm like 4 times dry. I'm more than 4 times dry for the talisman. I'm tired. I thought I was like going crazy. I was like, do they not? They have to drop this. Do I already have it? Like, what's going on? But oh my god, I finally got it. Ugh. I'm gonna go check how many I've killed. Yeah, I've killed 764 lizardmen. I'm pissed. Because I'm not a task account, I can't be on the Wall of Pain, but I am like over 6 times dry for this. And the Wall of Pain is, if you get more than 4 times dry, the top one is over 10 times dry. But me being a little over 6 times dry, I don't know, somewhere in like the top 30 of this list. That was awful. I hated that. I mean, I guess I'm glad it's something with a relatively easy drop rate and not something like absolutely horrible, but my god. Okay, I'm gonna charge it up and use it for the last diary task. Thank god. Okay, let's upgrade my blessing, please.
And with that insanely dry streak out of the way, I think that's where I'm going to call it for achievement diaries right now. Here's how we're looking on the diaries at the end of that grind. I've got the easies and mediums knocked out for almost everything. We're just missing Mauritania and the western provinces, which I think is still pretty solid. And in terms of the hards, I've got a few of them done, and those that I don't have done, I'm only 1 or 2 tasks away from. So overall, I'd say this is pretty good. But at least all of these pieces give me some pretty cool perks, so I'm very happy with this grind. And thank you everyone so much for watching. A lot of you have written me really kind comments. Some of you have even messaged me in-game to say that you like the series, and I just want to say that is so kind. I'm really glad that there are some people following along with my journey, and I'd love to hear from you. Tell me all about your PhD grinds, your academic grinds, your work grinds, and your OSRS grinds in the comments below. I read every one, so I'll see you guys next time.